Hi, in this new tutorial we will learn about a very useful tool called Clone and Align. This tool let us pick some objects called source objects and distribute them on other objects called destination objects. The destination objects can be 2D shapes or 3D objects or helpers, etc. This tool, the Clone and Align, you can find it in the extra toolbar here. Now, if you don't see it on your toolbar, you can right-click an empty space and choose Extras. You can also find it in the Tools menu under Align, and then you can click Clone and Align. First, let's try to clone and align this box here. To choose the source, you just pick it in the viewport. You can see here the number of the source objects equal 1. You can choose more than one source objects at once. Now I will choose the box. For the destination objects, you have two options. You can just click the pick button, and in the viewport you can start picking. What you see here is just a preview. It's not the final result. You need to click apply to make it final. If you click in the viewport using the middle mouse or whatever, you can see that the result disappears because this is just a preview, and when it's a preview, if the dialog is grayed out, it's not in focus. You see here it's a gray. The preview disappears. All you have to do is just click on this dialog here and you can see the preview again. To make this result final, you need to click apply. Now, before clicking apply, let's say you changed your mind about the destination objects, you can click clear all. Now you can start picking again. There's another way to pick destination objects. I will click here to turn off the button. You can click pick list, and here you can choose multiple destination objects at once. Now you might not see it here. It's just a small glitch in Max. You just shake the viewport with the middle mouse a little bit and click here and you will see it. Now by default this option is off, link to destination. I will turn it off and I will show you what this does in a moment. Now to accept this object, this result, you need to click apply. Now here I've chosen instance. You can choose copy, instance, and reference. In this case here I'm choosing instance. I want these objects to be instances, so I will click apply. Now you can see that the clear all is grayed out because now this is the final result. Now if I choose one of the boxes, you can see that they are instances. If I click one of the destination objects and move it, you can see that the source object doesn't follow. Now let's try to distribute this teapot, for example. I will pick those two shapes here and I will click link to destination. I will keep it instance, click apply. Now if I choose this destination shape, if I move it, you can see now it is connected to the shape. Now be careful that the criteria for the alignment is the pivot point of the source object and the destination object. So that means now here you can see that the pivot point is in the bottom center and the pivot point of this destination is in the middle. So you have to be aware of this thing. Now let's talk about other features here. I will reset the scene. I will choose the box and I will pick a few shapes. Now here, for example, you can choose how you want to align these objects. I can choose, for example, to clone and align only on the X and Y axis. I don't want this. I don't want the box to move in the Z. I just want the alignment to be on the X and Y, so I can turn off the Z. So now they are aligned on the X and Y axis only. I will turn on the Z again. Here you can choose to offset the source from the destination by a certain amount on one of the axes, or three of them if you like. For example, I want to offset by 20 centimeter. I can make it 0 again. 0 means no offset, also on the Y and X. Here I can choose also to how I want to orient. So I can rotate the boxes on the Z axis or on the Y axis, on the X axis. This one here, match scale, I will clear the list first. I will choose this circle here. I will choose scale and non-uniform scale. Right click. I will scale this circle on the Y-axis by. I will choose 200%. That means twice, and the Z-axis 300, 3 times. I cannot use the Z because it's a 2D object. But if the destination is a 3D object, you can also scale on the Z-axis. So now, when I click pick, for example, first I will choose this as destination, and I will click pick, and I will choose this one. If I choose match scale on the X-axis, if you remember, in the X-axis I scaled this circle three times. So if I click X, this box will be scaled also 300%. If I choose the Y, so if you remember, we scaled the circle 200%, so the box will be scaled 200% in the Y-axis. So this is what match scale means. If you can also choose 3D objects, for example, as destination. Also, you can choose helpers or whatever you like to choose. Another thing to mention, I will turn off this. You can see they are disappearing because I didn't click apply. So you can choose more than one object for source. In this case, the criteria for placing the objects is the center of the selection. So if I click pick, okay, I will click clear to clear all the destination objects, and I will click, for example, this one here. So you can see that how it is placed. The relation between the two objects is still the same. I will clear the list again. Here I have a group. As you can see, it's a group. Now for group, you have an additional feature here. This one, you can see it when you choose, for example, when you right click and choose clone, you can see this option here. I have a video for cloning groups, and you can check it out on my channel. You can choose a group, and I will start picking. Now you have this option here called instance. So in addition to this, to these options here, copy, instance, and reference, you can choose also to make the controller instance. Now if I click apply, what this means, now here the instance, it's the same as, you know, when it's the same as here, and the controller is the same as here. So if I open the group, because I've chosen the instance option here, that means the parameters, they are instances. But because but here I've chosen the instance to instance the controller, that means the transforms are also instance. That means if I rotate the pyramid, the pyramids will rotate and scale and also move. In the video that I made for this this thing, how to clone the controllers of a group and how to make them unique again, you can check out the video in my channel. So basically that's it for this tutorial. I hope you liked the video and you learned something. And if you liked it, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. And see you next time. Thank you.